For decades, Saydnaya Prison was synonymous with darkness and despair. Located north of Damascus, it became infamous for systemic torture and extrajudicial killings under Assad's regime. Following Assad's fall, the world glimpses the harrowing truth of what transpired behind its walls. Amnesty International and Forensic Architecture created a 3D model reconstructing Saydnaya's horrors. This model offers an immersive look into the prison's architecture of repression and provides a platform for survivors to share their stories, painting a chilling portrait of life within. Saydnaya Prison was more than a detention facility. It was an apparatus of fear designed to break the human spirit. Spread across multiple floors, it was divided into areas for different levels of incarceration and torture, with overcrowded, poorly ventilated, and dark cells. Former prisoners described the spatial configurations as disorienting and isolating. Silence was enforced by guards through brutal punishments. To communicate, prisoners developed a system of taps and whispers, preserving a fragile thread of humanity. The forensic architecture team, working with survivors, used these accounts to digitally reconstruct the spaces, revealing the prison's oppressive design and its role in perpetuating systemic violence. The liberation of Saydnaya brought relief, anguish, and a desire for justice. Survivors shared their stories, shattering the secrecy surrounding the prison. Samir, a professor arrested in 2011, became central to the forensic reconstruction of Saydnaya. Samir recounted, "They stripped us of our dignity. Every moment felt like an eternity. But even in darkness we resisted. We whispered poems, prayed, remembered loved ones. It was our way of defying them." His story with others helped reconstruct the prison's layout. Forensic architecture, based at Goldsmiths, University of London, uses architectural tools to investigate human rights violations. The 3D model of Saydnaya amplifies survivors' voices and holds perpetrators accountable, transforming stories into irrefutable evidence. The model offers a detailed view of the prison's interior, integrating sensory details from survivors to create a visceral experience. "This model is a call to action," said Philip Luther of Amnesty International. "Justice must be pursued relentlessly." When opposition forces stormed Saydnaya, they uncovered a grim tableau. Cells were littered with remnants of suffering. Documents detailing interrogations lay scattered, and mass graves underscored the scale of atrocities, prompting demands for accountability. The unveiling of Saydnaya's horrors sparked global outrage and solidarity. Amnesty International's campaign, bolstered by the 3D model, drew attention to Syrian detainees' plight and state-sanctioned torture, leading to calls for a special tribunal at the UN. For Syrians, Saydnaya is a symbol of trauma and resilience. Plans to transform the prison into a memorial and museum are underway, led by survivors and human rights organizations, to honor victims and educate future generations. "Saydnaya will no longer be a place of despair," said Nadia, a survivor. "It will be a place of remembrance and hope, telling the world that even in unimaginable darkness, the human spirit can endure." The fall of Saydnaya marks the end of systemic repression and the start of a journey toward justice and reconciliation. Survivors bear indelible scars, but are determined to build a future where such horrors are history. Through efforts by Amnesty International, forensic architecture, and activists, Saydnaya's victim stories will not be forgotten. Their courage in the face of cruelty is a testament to human resilience and a call to action for justice and dignity.